17? Shit, I don't know. Welcome again, ladies and gentlemen, to another edition of Amsterdam Talk. I'll be your host, Rod. This is season two. I believe this is episode 17. Don't quote me on that. It might be 18 because I then lost count of so many we did, but I know we definitely are in season two. And today I have with me Miss Tammy Speaks, aka the angry black woman. And as what she spoke to me about is basically, if you are not angry, you're not woke. If you're not angry, you're not woke. And today we're going to dedicate this to the black women. All black women can get applications to be angry after this show, as what I was told earlier. So we're going to start right here and right now. Here's
Self
Miss
love is the number one way to get over a narcissistically abusive relationship. But when it comes to the garden of self love, you reap what
How
you
you
sow.
doing, Miss Biggs? What in the world is going on? I don't know. She popped in, she popped out. Uh anyway, we just here in Amsterdam season two. How you doing, Miss Speaks?
I'm good.
But
I'm good.
before,
I'm good.
before we start, tell us about yourself.
Well, my name is Tammy Hines, and I go by Tammy Speaks because I don't know about. I just feel like this camera is just. Wait a minute. Let me just fix it. Um, you know, um, probably about in the summer, I start getting this bug in me that about advocacy. I've always been an advocate. I'm a licensed psychotherapist.
Mm-hmm.
I own Bellevue Behavioral Health Group, a small private practice. I've been doing in this industry for mental health, criminal justice, substance abuse, all of that for about 25 years. Um, and I'm a community person. You know, I feel
Mm-hmm.
like change don't happen on buildings and plaques. You know,
Right.
change happens uh, grassroots in the community, right beside the people who are experiencing it. I can't make laws and changes without their input,
Right.
right? And
Mm-hmm.
so I've been doing this for a long time. I just, with the pandemic and stuff, we had other things to focus on.
Right. So
Yeah.
this is not no overnight thing. You just woke up and say, "Hey,
Uh,
this is what I'm gonna do for philanthropy," and just speak out for the people. You've
man,
been doing
man,
this for
man,
years.
man. I hope my
So
friends don't start logging on because I've always stood up for myself. I remember in the fifth grade, my best friend, she was like, man, if you had 10 cents, you give somebody nine. If it'll help them eat.
mm,
No, we all eat. If I got it, we all do. And I
right.
think, that is the American way. I think, oh, I don't recognize this America.
So what America would you recognize then?
I'm gonna tell you with some of the stuff that has been happening, I had to go back and look at Little House on the Prairie.
Okay, Little House on the Prairie. Okay.
I could only think of that. Um, but at least it was kind of authentic,
Right.
to the ideals, suffering, empathy,
Okay.
you know. Um, and I think that is my whole point. We don't empathy is a thing,
Right.
compassion. Why would I let my neighbor not have a loaf of bread if she don't have anything to eat?
Right.
Give her $3 to get gas to go to her job. We
Now I
don't
don't
even
know what you're
care.
doing with that $3 with inflation. I don't know where she's going with
Well,
that.
maybe we gotta get the bus. I don't know, but I'll take her. Um, Black Marvel. I don't call myself the angry black woman. Um, where'd you get that from, Rod?
Well,
What
actually, I got it from when we were after the show with A Journey to the Throne.
Journey to the
Rod,
what's Journey to the
a
Crown?
yeah, Journey to the Throne. Rod from A Journey to the Throne told me, he said, "Listen, Tammy's the angry black woman." So he
Wait a
told me, he said,
minute.
"Listen, brother, if you wanna talk about some stuff, get on. And that's why I put them in the in the thing today in the intro and say, hey, listen, shout out to them because you brought me on. I mean, they
Yeah.
got me with you. So
Hmm.
and now we're just gonna go from here with it.
And you know what? I think I want to apologize too, because I feel like our topic has changed.
Well, it's all over because first thing you basically told me was this. You want to talk about suicide prevention, and it's around that time
Yep,
of the year, the holidays, and people get a little
absolutely.
out of control, and whether it's being missing a loved one or just
Hmm.
whatever, just we got so many types of suicidal things today. The
Right,
biggest one I think today is internet bullying
absolutely.
amongst the children. I think that is because I think
Where do you
children
think they
now,
got it from?
where did they get it from?
They parents.
Well, you and I grew up in a different realm with bullying. Bullying was basically done in physical form
But it was
in
really the
school.
same. Okay. It
Now,
was. It was the
I'm going
same
to
concept.
disagree with you with that because behind this keyboard, you can become whoever you want to
You're
be.
right. You're right.
You can be
But
whatever you want to be behind these keys.
you know what? That's true, but it's all still the same lethality. You
I
know.
think the same casualty is going to happen, and that all falls under the same thing. But I'm just
Mhm.
looking at it two type of different bullying because when I went to
Oh, I
school,
know.
you knew the bully was in school and you
Ooh,
wanted to avoid them at the most things, but now you got the social media and they just pop up
yeah.
in your threads and just telling you all type, DMing you and doing everything.
And it's not the kids. It's the people who you might be having a debate about something.
Hmm.
Man. And they'll jump out and you be like, now who's saying that?
Well, you gotta look at it differently though. The world has changed because now, this world right now, well, I'm gonna say this generation right now, you're not allowed to have an opinion. Because
Oh, oh,
if you have an opinion, basically mean you're hating on them. You're hating. Like, nah, you're not hating. I'm just don't feel
man.
what you're saying. It's
But look,
different.
that's so true. And I can respect your opinion and we can all go home. You know, I
Hmm.
can read, some of my best friends are my best friends because we had a difference of opinion and we
Right.
didn't hold back, you know.
Well, that's the
Um,
thing. No two people are alike, like a snowflake.
yeah.
And if we all were alike, this world would be a dull, boring place. So we're
And
all
you know
different.
what? We forget that, don't we?
Right.
You know how many snowflake gotta fall
You like apples. I like plums.
and we
I
can
just don't
still
like
roll.
apples. I'm like plums.
You know who I did a training with on Monday and Tuesday and got to I just feel like this camera is like right here.
Hmm.
The US Border Customs,
Hmm.
Border Patrol, and they had that Haitian uh it's not a riot. They were trying to come over, right?
Right.
And he said 20,000 Haitians tried to get at different points that day,
Hmm.
came to get into the country. And I think a lot of us are mad at them. They doing their job. You
Okay.
need to get mad at the local level. We want
Okay.
to, sit around and complain about stuff and we won't show up at the polls. We won't show up to advocate, speak out, give our opinion.
Okay.
And
So
that I have a problem with
I
too.
wanna, I wanna ask you that right there. You say you speak out and give your opinion.
Hmm.
As far as black as African Americans, would you say we have the speaking part right? We have the opinion, but
Ain't
is
nobody
the
listening.
is the follow through there as well?
For us,
Yes, is the follow through there?
and when you say follow through, what do you mean?
Like if those who that are in power say, okay, we'll give you what you want. Do you have like the follow through to say this is what I want and you follow through with it?
Let me tell you something. Can I tell you something?
You can say whatever you need to say, Tammy. You on the
If
mic.
if racism, if we wanted racism to end, it'd be ended. If
Okay.
we wanted women to get $1 more, be on the same page, it'd be on the same page. These are not issues that we can solve. You
Okay.
know, I advocate for the issues, the ones that I just really can solve.
Okay.
I can't solve domestic violence. I can't solve racism. I can't solve the Karens of the world. And I'm tired of addressing it.
You can't solve them, but you can put a stop to it. You can educate them though, right?
How?
I'm asking you.
I don't, I think we are educated enough and have enough information out there that if Karens wanted to stop, it'd be number one on the Karen thing. Why did it have to be some proof? This has been going on for years.
Right.
We've been saying that tone. Soon as we know the tone, right? And that is what I have to remind people. Not only do we know the tone, we know the action that follows it.
Right.
Right? Yeah, it's hard to prove racism. It ain't to us.
No, it's not.
If you was in the room that I was in, guess what? It wouldn't be a debate. But why always try to disprove us? Go talk to your people.
Why to disprove us? The fact is, you disprove us because fear. You're nervous.
But why they so scared of us? We don't even.
When you think about it, you go back and you go back and think about, back in, the 14 and 1500s, you say, okay, when are they going to start asking, when are they going to come with, rebellion? When do they want revenge? When do they want that? That's what you start to look at. Like, when is this whole riots going to break out?
Well, this year, so December 20th, I turned 50. Okay.
Happy birthday.
Thank you. God is setting it off, I tell you. And it's just certain things I'm so tired of, and it's stuff that's like in plain sight.
Okay.
We raise all this money for suicide prevention. Millions. And the suicide rate's still going up.
So why do you think it's still going up?
Because we're not addressing the issue.
So if we leave it to you, Miss Speaks, how would you address it? How would you address
that plan coming out?
How would you address it?
The plan is coming out. Let me tell you something. Suicide is not medicatable.
Okay.
It has to be resourced.
Okay.
And when I say that is, I can't give you a pill that's going to stop you from wanting to kill yourself.
Okay.
It can stop some of the symptoms. Now, some people have a higher level of symptoms that the medication might help to get a clear head, but at the end of the day, suicide prevention, number one. The cameraman, I know somebody would be like, she just was moving the camera. When somebody gets fired, suspended, reprimanded on a job, that's a crisis.
Okay.
We need to create the same program similar to what we create, let's just say for EAP. They need to have a place that they can go and immediately talk to a psychotherapist, career counseling. Do you need food? What do you need? Bills paid. Because sending them home, especially to an empty house, and especially, probably 80% of people that get fired didn't deserve it. It was a business decision. And at the end of the day, business is business.
Yeah.
And you learn that hook or crook.
Right.
Unfortunately, I learned it from a personal basis. Right.
Yep.
And it was just shocking. I was very young. I couldn't believe it. What do you mean I'm fired? You mean I can't come back? I mean, you're fired. And regardless who you are, that's a crisis situation that needs to be addressed right there.
Right.
Because if you look at the statistics, about 80% of people who lose their job in whatever kind of way, even suspended. Do you know how many people get demoted by somebody who they know not qualified, who they train?
Right.
A crisis for me.
Right.
And that's something that we could avoid, some suicide, if we take care of those people out the gate. Encourage them. Let's get your resume back out there. We know some resources, right?
Yeah.
Why,
So somebody just asked you, can you share the warnings of suicide? The warnings of suicide.
Well, I think some of those have stayed the same. And some of those warnings are, a lot of times we don't really look for changes in people. Their wording.
So we're gonna start with the old way before we get to the new way. So what's the old way?
It's some of the same things, but this probably in the last 3-4 years, we've kind of drilled it a little bit more than how we did it, in my younger days. And maybe that was because I worked in mental health, right? Okay. You get depressed.
Okay, depression.
Untreated. You start talking negative.
Negative.
Somebody who get in the group, hey, what's up? And now this person, got a nonchalant attitude about their job. Right? Some other things.
But is that the only factor that you're looking at? Is just a job? What about just life itself?
Life itself. I said at work. So y'all not about the job.
Right.
I'm saying you getting in a group, usually at work, and whereas this person is in the center of the circle, now he in the corner.
Right.
You notice those behavior changes that we usually just chalk up to, they just broke up. Relationships, toxic ones. That's the key. Giving stuff away. You ain't gonna see me coming there at work giving my Louis Vuitton purses away.
Right.
If they've had previous suicide attempts,
okay.
If a lot of times we refer to people who cut on themselves or self-harm, self-injure. That's not necessarily indicative of suicide, but pain nonetheless.
Right.
Still need to, try to see what's going on. Even if we just notice that somebody is sleeping over, sleeping too much, not getting enough sleep. That's where people kind of get confused, or eating too much, not eating enough. Start to lose weight in a short period of time.
Right.
I'm not going to say that it's totally just right there on a wall of if they do this, but definitely just being sincere about, hey, how you doing today?
Right.
Is somebody going through a divorce crisis? I don't care how much they come to work and say, man, I'm glad he gone.
So you say that's a cover up to say that he's gone. That was just to basically, show yourself and say, hey, let everybody know you still kind of feeling fine when you really actually not.
Man, all the time. All the time. Do you know, my first year, I worked at a community mental health center, and it was my first year. I was kind of fresh, green. I had worked in criminal justice, but that was my first year working with a population severely, persistently mentally ill.
Right.
So that's not I think growing up around, Black people, we used, he crazy, Ned crazy. Ned probably was a drinker. He wasn't really crazy. I got to see my first realization of really what severe persistent mental illness is. And these are your community members that maybe in 90-degree weather have on 2 coats and a scarf.
What?
Yeah.
90 degree with two coats.
90-degree weather. And you like, dang, man. Mm-hmm. And a lot of people think it's people who ask for change or sell. I don't know. Where are you from, Rod?
Baltimore.
Okay, I'm in Nashville. And we have some of our neighbors who sell, it's called the homeless newspaper. What is it called? I don't know, but it's a job essentially where they sell the newspaper and they have kind of like a 75-25 cut or some kind of cut. And they actually make money.
Mm-hmm.
Do you not know people rally to get them off the corner from selling newspapers to make a living?
Well, that's the same here with our young kids that, they call them squeegee boys that clean your windows when you stop
No,
at
they ain't,
the
but wait a minute, Rod. Are they really making, the contributor? Yeah, that's what it's called. Now, Rod, the squeegee people really trying to, okay, I'll treat them differently. I'll be like, it kind of scares you a little bit. They run up to your car.
Nah, it don't scare me at all. But I'm just saying. I mean, but I get what you're saying as far as the contributor newspaper. We have guys on the corner, young kids, teenagers that wherever you go at like majors, well, any spot, any stoplight, but basically on the major streets where as though you stop at a stoplight, they will come up to you and have their squeegee and they thing in their hand, they water bottle, and they'll walk up to you and ask you. And if you say no, they normally go by. I mean, but they out there trying to make a living, and those who don't understand where we come from and that nature, they try to stop them from doing that when they really just out here trying to get money. Even get money for the day or whatever they trying to do. But that's just
I'll
things
look
that
at it
people
differently.
don't understand.
I think that comes with a little bit of judgment on my end. Just thinking, oh man.
Nah, it don't come on judge my end because when you've been around that lifestyle, you understand like this is how you trying to make money. I mean, they could be out here doing other stuff as far as like selling drugs. They could be robbing people.
Mm-hmm.
They could be doing whatever, but they just out on the
Oh,
street.
they try to make a government program. Nice.
Yeah, but that's the thing about making a government program about that. Is because the fact is that benefits people of POC, as I'll say. It benefits those if they were
People of color.
Yeah, people of color. Yeah, so it benefits people of color. So it's like if they didn't benefit those, they would automatically make it. I mean, you talk about suicide prevention, but I'll go back a little further, back in the 1980s, where I'm from. Crack and cocaine and heroin was great to deal when we was giving it to ourselves. But once those Caucasians came in, I'm from Baltimore City. Once those Caucasians started coming into our neighborhoods, it was like, hold on, nah, we gotta start arresting these motherfuckers now.
Trying to buy?
Doing that. Yeah, buying. They were buying. But we gotta start arresting, those that are dealing. And now, 30 years later, that whole war on drugs became an epidemic now. It's like, okay, yeah, we gotta put people in rehab. Let's not send them to jail no more. Let's put them in rehab centers. Let's do this.
Well, you're talking about with the opiates.
Yeah, but heroin is an opiate.
Yeah. Oh yeah. So, I know with the pills, the pain pills.
Yeah, heroin.
So not the. Yeah, but
heroin is a
when it was only street drugs.
Yeah, because now you got a little 14, 15-year-old Jimmy in suburbs.
Yeah,
shooting up now, and he ODing like, yo, we gotta fix this now. Like, we gotta fix it because your war on drugs was to keep some brown people not from getting rich.
But even that is a form of a barrier to Black people getting ahead. Right. I mean, I don't think I used to see it clearly.
Mm-hmm.
But I see it so clearly at different stages. We just changed the game.
The game don't change though, Miss Speaks. Is the players. The game does. The game is the same.
Well, the name of it.
Yeah, because I'm pretty sure your grandfather, your grandmother, their parents going back. The shit was still the same. The only difference now I look at it is that everybody has a damn phone with a camera on it,
man,
and we can film it. We can film what's going on. So everything is right, Ava. The white all in Baltimore City strung out, but I mean,
my husband from not Baltimore, he's from DC, but his family lives
Well, if he's from DC, he understands the pain as well because DC is not DC. DC was once called Chocolate City. I
Yep.
go through DC when I come home from
Honey,
work,
you go through
and yeah,
this downtown
gentrification.
Nashville, honey. It's ridiculous. Oh,
Gentrification has happened. You know, all our known parts, DC, Brooklyn, New York, is gentrified now. I
man.
mean, but when you go back to the Housing Act of shit, oh Lord, I'm going into my education now. When you go back into the Housing Act of 19, I want to say 1940. I think it was 1940.
Mm-hmm.
Um, projects were built for white people.
They
We
were or
just,
were not.
they were. They were the low income housing was built for white people.
Where
We
was
just
the
had
black people?
the black people were just whatever. They were just whatever. White
But
black people,
those were specifically slated
right?
to
And
give
we
them a
came
hand up.
in. Yeah, we came in and took over because it's not going to tell me from World War II. My grandfather comes home from fighting this war, and you're going
Mm.
to tell him he can't buy this house through
Come on.
redlining. You're going to tell him he can't buy this house through redlining. I just fought for this whole country. I got the money.
Yeah.
But you're going to tell me I can't buy this house because, redlining because they don't want us in the neighborhood. So when you put us, you won't let us go into your nice neighborhood. So now we go, well, that's Lyndon B.
For
Johnson with the Social
what
Security,
is
the Social
YT white?
Security Act.
Social Security was for white people. Is YT white people?
That's yeah, for white people. There's Lyndon B. Johnson. He did that with the whole Social Security Act. But I was saying when you was redlined, so they put you back into this place of these projects. So now you're stuck into these homes, these low income homes, and we took over. And as far as it goes, I mean, wherever you from, well, I'm from Baltimore with the Lafayette Project, Lexington Terrace, Lafayette projects. You go down to New Orleans, the Calliope, the Methamine. You go to Chicago, Cabrini Green, the Robert Holmes. You go to Los Angeles with the Jungle and Watts.
But have they given a reface into the projects in Baltimore?
Everything has been rephrased now. So I went to New Orleans, and when I went to New Orleans, those homes are now mixed races now. So when I talked to one of the guys in New Orleans, he like, yo, you got middle class people living in this shit now. And it's not like
Man.
regular people. So they knock them down and they tell you, listen, y'all can come back. You really can't come back because the housing voucher will not be accepted no more. And now this is like these homes are now turned to $100,000 homes now. You can't afford it.
Man. Miranda K, look.
Well, that's the thing. When people can't improve their life and the barriers, systematic discrimination and concrete barriers, they lose hope.
Absolutely.
That's the thing. But this is one thing I will say about our people. The hope is always going to be there because one thing we believe in is we believe in a good Lord.
Come on.
So
come on. I think that is the only thing.
That's the one thing, we're always going to look into it, because I mean, not to sit back and discredit our people, but we say won't he do it for some of the craziest shit in the world.
Got these lights still on, won't he do it?
Yeah, the system at work go down, won't he do it? Some of the craziest shit we go through when they say it. But I mean, that's but I'm just saying, just us as black people, being a resilient we are. We just want to be like, there's a higher power that's going to keep us rolling.
Gloranda, Miss Johnson, I have renamed myself the resilient therapist. Okay. Because we all can bounce back from anything.
But that was the thing, when we go back to slavery, our thing was this, God, they gave them books, they gave us a Bible. And we put all our faith in that Bible, that was that. So it was just like everything.
Yeah, that is true.
We believe there's a higher power within us that's like, everything is based on God. Why you think when half of us get up on stage, we say first, I want to thank God. That's just that.
Shoot.
Because he put us here. I gotta thank God for this platform. I gotta thank God for letting Tammy Speaks come on here. So that's just that. But at the end of the day, we're so resilient, whereas though we're not going to sit there and say, well, some of us have done it and say, yo, I just got to get away with life. I'm done with life. I can't deal with it. But some of us,
the perfect storm. I stayed in that, like when I was talking about getting fired at a very young age. Man, I had so much to prove. I was the first one to go to college, bought the house, had to keep it when my husband divorced we divorced. I had to keep the house. You
Right.
know, it's just so many things that we put up that we are not doing for happiness, but
Right.
status. And if we could get out of that mode, and that pulls all the social media,
Right.
in, the Instagrams and
Right. We
uh
gotta we gotta kill we gotta take
we don't
away
even know who we are.
the hell's this damn Dan Quill. We gotta kill Dan Quill's internet.
I know.
Because when you speak of it, as we go back to what we were talking about earlier, suicidal through social media makes you think that you're not doing what you're supposed to do.
Oh my goodness.
You think, you sit around and look at social media, everybody's happy,
Oh my
everybody's rich, kids are so good, their
man.
relationship is the best.
And I changed
And
that.
then,
I
yeah,
don't want you knowing all my, I want you to know what's going on for real.
right.
We set ourselves up for a lot of that
You do.
just by the fact that we don't want to disclose, and we don't want to tell people we don't have Jordans. But I'll tell you a story about that. I remember when my mother gave me so many rich stories because we grew up poor, and shoot, I ain't know we was poor until they integrated school, right? And Al Gore, I know, right? And so when you went to school and integrated, we were with some of the high classes white people. They were carrying Agner purses, right? And I was like, Mom, I want me an Agner purse. What you talking about? And my mother, and it brings tears to my eyes because of the point, right? She went to Payless and bought me a purse with an A on it. It was a cursive A on it. Honey, you couldn't tell me nothing.
What that A mean? Avengers?
See, you go.
What did the A mean? What did the A mean?
It was supposed to be Agner. It was a knock. Look, don't make me jump through here and go to. Don't do it. And I didn't know that it wasn't authentic until what? That ain't no Agner. And I was so angry at my mama at that time because I didn't understand. Why would you have me thinking it's an Agner purse? And it wasn't that, because as you get older and you have your own, I've always said parents make life seem so simple, even during the hard times.
Well, it's a new day and age now because these parents out here now with these children that's going into high school,
man,
you got to keep your kids up with the latest fashion.
It's sad.
It wasn't like when we went to school, because if you went to school with something like you said with your A purse or something crazy, you had to defend yourself, whether it was fighting or tell jokes back. That was that. Now it's like, nah, I don't want to go back to that place because I don't have this, I don't have that. And some parents will actually bend over backwards and suffice certain
working 3
things.
jobs.
Yeah.
And it ain't for the kid, but you done got this child. Go do some community service and volunteering. Make some doggone peanut butter and jelly sandwich and get some bottled water and go out there. Help your child see the value of time and money. Let them sit down and see how much is rent, mortgage.
Well, that's things in the Black community we keep from our children.
Oh my goodness. And the white people don't. If daddy a vet, these 2 kids gonna be what? Vet.
Yeah, we don't let them know this is what we're going through because we are programmed at an early ages to get a job. Yes, we are. We are programmed at an early age to get a job, pay your bills, and just go from there. That's that.
But you know what I was thinking about today? Because I was just thinking about like some certain situations. You know how you're in high school, school period. 80% of the jobs out here, I can leave 5th grade and catch on, right? You pour all of this money into SECME type program, college bound, and you take away vocation. Why am I sitting up taking algebra, biology? When have I used that?
Well,
but you're taking away vocation. You're taking away cosmetology,
right?
Maintenance. You know, let them kids go job shadow.
Well, that's the thing now, though. You know, Tammy, those jobs are coming back because my era.
It's always been here.
No, it's always been here. But my era, they embedded us. Oh, go to college. You'll do this. You come out. You'll.
How many of us made it through?
Yeah,
a few of us.
Yeah, and then now they realize, like, we ain't got nobody to fix the goddamn plumbing no more.
Honey, let me tell you this. My hairdresser make more money per year than me. So don't even.
Yeah, I'm
gonna get some kids back there and teach them. Even the ones who, like to sell.
Right.
Wall Street Trapper. Get him in these classrooms and teach him how to do that on the stock market. Go get Killer Mike. Go get Toby. I mean, why do we have to stick to this curriculum that doesn't work for everybody?
It's because this curriculum is systematic.
I'm finna speak out against that shit.
It's systematic.
I'm finna speak out against that because you know what? While you pouring all this, when I was in, they don't even call it SECME no more. That's what they called it in the late 80s, 90s.
Now they call elementary school in, but it's all good. Go ahead.
Yeah. Now they call it that. Do you know how many jobs you can get that's going to require specific training anyway? Go teach them mugs how to sell real estate and houses. You right, Ava, but guess what? We better grab, but I'm going to tell you what, college does not prepare you for that.
Because that's what she's basically saying. It was systematic for us to say, okay, we're going to go to college. Go to college. Okay, this is the real about college. And I used to mentor, young African American youth, and I tell them this is the thing: you go to college for 4 years, you come out, you got a degree, you get a job, you're gonna make about $30,000, but you owe fucking $80,000.
Oh my God! You're gonna be making some money.
So basically, your debt to income ratio is already fucked up.
Man,
and that's just what it's told. So now, okay, let's take it back now. So at first, our counterparts were just doing colleges, and they were coming out making that type of money.
Yeah.
Our people started smarting. Oh shit, we go to college. We do this. So now what they do is this: they tack on and say, "Listen, a bachelor's degree don't help no more.
Let me
now
tell
you need a master's degree."
Okay, we got
to. You tell me I got a master's degree, so that's 6 years. That's 6 to 7 years of extra education I had to take for me to only come out to do fucking $40,000, where I owe you motherfuckers 110.
And Jenny over here done got promoted 3 times. Now they're putting the experience back into it.
Right. So, like David just said, the goal's been moved. So now you're going to go one step further and say, okay, now you need this Juris Doctorate, these PhDs, and all this other stuff to do. Because truthfully, I can tell you this, I know some grandmothers that I know with a 6th grade education can wrap circles around them motherfucking easy. Like, yo, this is what it is. So this is where it comes down to. So now you can put all these people in these brands and said, okay, you got master's degree, you got bachelor degree, you got PhDs, but we ain't got no motherfucker to go out here and fucking do plumbing. We ain't got
cut down these doggone trees, work for the government. I'm gonna tell you. I read an article today in Nashville, and Nashville is, I don't know, it's the new it city. Okay. I did a training where I did the training was 3 minutes away, and it was a hotel I did not know it was there.
Right.
That's how fast they going up. And now everybody trying to get downtown.
Right.
So what we doing? Selling up everything. So everybody, and what they gonna do when they get downtown? It ain't nothing down here. No. I don't know, but anyway, they're gonna build a and give me your opinion on this because I'm just stuck. They are going to put money into a a new juvenile justice center, which I have no problem with.
Right.
And I think maybe $30 million.
But it takes more. It takes more
Hold
money.
on. Hold
Okay,
on. Let me get my.
go.
They're gonna name it Empowerment Center or something, right?
Yeah.
Wait a minute. Hold on. But this is my thought. Why are we not being more proactive against even going down there? Put that money into the community.
Right.
I live in the most violent zip code in Middle Tennessee, 37208.
Mm-hmm.
The trauma, and I got plans for it. Put that money into the community. Let's create a trauma-informed community. Let's go down there and bring them out and give them some of these skills about owning businesses, stuff that they doing but don't get credit for. Let's do something that gets them. We got a one particular project called Dodge City.
Mm-hmm.
That they built a police precinct right at the edge, and it still take the police 3 hours to get to the little, the violence.
Right.
So that, to me, can we not put that into some training so that those kids, the separation, they the ones why half the mothers single, because they don't put the daddies in jail.
Well, that's what I was going to say when I was telling you. You building a new juvenile justice center. That 30 million right there costs way more less than you done put 500 niggas in college.
Wait. Say that again. Hold on.
That money right there you put in the juvenile justice center costs way more for you to put 500 Negroes in college.
But let me tell you something.
It costs more for you to go to jail than it costs to go to college.
College is not the end game.
It's not the end game. It's not the end game. I know what you're saying, though. It's not the end game, but I'm just.
But I'm saying the same thing. Yeah.
I mean, you got some people who don't have it up here, but have it in here.
Yes.
Where they can be carpenters, they can be electricians, plumbers.
Man, you can lay carpet. This carpet came $3,000 for some carpet.
I know a dude that started IT in 1990. He said, motherfuckers thought he was crazy.
Okay, what you doing?
Mm-hmm. Look at it now. He started in 1990 before Al Gore's, Will Smith, Dan Quayle, whoever internet you want to call it started.
He's a black guy.
Yeah, he's a black guy. He did it.
Atlanta, maybe?
I forgot. Look,
we connected on LinkedIn, but I was going to reach out to him today, and I got sidetracked. Because he just celebrated something like he bought the company out or something like that. Yeah, he made some,
you have all that, Ava. You have Harlem. And where I'm from, Pennsylvania Avenue. Pennsylvania Avenue was a gold mine. Lena Horne, Count Basie, all the black entertainers rolled up and down Pennsylvania Avenue back in the day, and it was a gold mine for our people. And now look at it, it's just it's like is destroyed. All those places. I mean, Harlem, the Cotton Club, the Apollo, everywhere we play big. We are the entertainment. I mean, like we are so giftedly talented.
We are.
It's like we're going to be where we're going to be at. And the fact is, it's just like you don't like it. And, to quote the great Paul Mooney, rest his soul, everybody want a nigga.
I heard him.
Everybody want to be a nigga, but nobody want to be a nigga.
Oh, Paul Mooney. You know what is amazing down here? That we saw it a couple of times and it kind of went shush.
Where you're from, they probably, the white counterparts, they probably glorify Elvis Presley, but he stole music from black people.
No. They do in West Tennessee.
He stole music from black people.
Well, I don't know. It could have been one of them handshake deals now. I'm just saying. Whoever makes half the superstars today ain't really the stars. Somebody done wrote it for them, and I'm just saying, burn my property down trying to force me to sell it. She ain't lying.
I mean,
that's where we at. But
well, you in the middle. You not in the South. You like in the middle.
No. We in the South.
Oh,
we below Kentucky.
I mean,
pull it up, Black Marvel. Pull them up a map of the country. Listen, but this is serious, okay?
all right.
That's what's happening down here.
What's happening down this week?
I'm almost embarrassed to say it.
Speak
A
on it.
story drops in the news that a judge in Rutherford County, Tennessee, been putting young black adolescents in incarcerating, well, whatever, the juvie jail, creating laws just to keep them in jail.
Yeah.
Now what?
It's all over the country. You have the situation with the two young brothers down, the white dude, the young brothers, I'm calling them young brother, black dude, black, and the young brothers down in Texas. White boy, black boy, same crime committed. One went home, and one went to jail for a while. And I can and you already know which one went to jail for. They committed the same crime in the same sex city.
But it's no racism. But it's no. What is it?
They don't believe in that.
And I used to always be like, my mama, let me send them some money. And I used to be, Mama, let me just send it, But that's the only thing them people got. Half of them people don't need to be in jail that long for the crimes they've committed.
Well, I'm more so with the criminal justice system as what Obama did to what Obama did to the healthcare system. Let's put a standard across the board.
Now?
What President Obama did
you mentioned Obama, we gotta be like,
No, I'm saying what President Obama did for the healthcare.
Yeah.
Every doctor was charging differently. So now if your arm broke, to set it back is $120. It's like, let's put a stipulation on this in the criminal justice. If you do this, 2 years, no matter what race, color, creed, everybody's getting the same.
That's mandatory minimum sentencing. Is that what you're talking about?
I ain't talking about mandatory minimum sentencing. I'm just saying, if you do this, this should be the same thing. Because if I go to the doctors right now and I break my arm, they're going to charge me $120 to set this shit back. And I'm gone in a half hour. Because basically, doctors were like auto mechanics.
Price gouging.
Kept your ass there and said, hold on, you've been here for so long now. Since
how are they supposed to figure that out?
Price gouging. So now it's like, yo, we got a set format across this shit now. You in and out.
And you know what they do now? They don't take insurance.
Well, they kick your ass out. You ain't got insurance.
No. They refuse. I looked up the article today. They are refusing to be paneled with insurance because you know who making all the doggone money? The managed care organizations.
Right now we facing a whole situation with Big Pharma because Big Pharma got some other shit.
You know what? I done went to school with all these degrees and somebody that went to high school and a first year of college making zillions.
Yeah.
Zillions.
It's all about what's accepted,
Oh my dog.
It's all about what's accepted out here.
No, it's about money.
Well, that's what the whole thing is. We in America. It's a business.
But after you done had so many millions, what?
Listen, America is like this. America's gonna use you up until they finish with you and chew you and spit you back out. That's just America. Listen, come on. Okay, we can go back to the pandemic right now. We got 4 checks. 1 from Trump, 3 from Biden. 3 from Biden. Canada, meanwhile, our brothers and sisters to the north got $2,000 every damn month.
I know.
And as inflation is gone crazy right now, it's like,
well,
I talk to my grandmother all the time, and I'm happy to still have my grandmother. I talk to her all the time, and I go to the supermarket. I say, Grandma.
What you be saying?
I say, Grandma, you know what? These motherfuckers, I really don't cuss around her, but I was like, these motherfuckers charging me for 12 chicken wings, $20. And she be like, boy, leave that shit down.
Wait a minute. Listen, what grandma say? That's where you get the goods.
Listen, I go to get a 6-pack of wings, $10. Where they do that at? What the hell is going on? I mean,
when did wings become hot on the block?
I know we are in a different time when wings cost more than steak and ribs.
See, tell your people to quit bringing up this stuff that I can't stand. How they get free health care and we can't?
They through their taxpayers.
How do you get free? Everybody should have that.
It's 3 days.
How
Listen,
is it not that I'm sitting up here with carpal tunnel? Man, have you ever
well,
experienced carpal tunnel?
I've seen a meme today, and I'm going to bring this to your attention. I've seen a meme today where somebody asked, their cousin, they was like, would you rather be low class, middle class, or low class, middle class, or rich? And the person said, if I can't be rich, I don't want to be middle class, because if I'm low class, I get affordable
That's
housing,
right.
I get daycare,
Okay.
I get food stamps, I get medical assistance. Because if I'm middle class, I'm
Mhm.
struggling just to take care of those things.
Oh my goodness.
I'm
It's
struggling to pay
horrible.
my rent. I'm struggling with my health care. I'm
Yep.
struggling to put food in my damn house. So it's like, really, when you look at this business called the United States of America, you really should pull the middle class out, because the middle class is really the new low class. These motherfuckers are struggling when the
Let
low
me tell you
class
something.
get what they want.
And it's so true. It just is like, if you make $1, you mean tell me $1, $1,
Right?
$1. You mean I can't qualify for daycare?
Nope.
It just is. I don't know who's coming up with these formulas.
Nope.
I don't.
It's a subsidy, because I believe to get food stamps you got to make under $1,000 a month to get something. Maybe you might get $16 or $20. I
Let
don't
me
know what
tell
the
you
hell it
this.
is no more, but you get $16 or $20 for that. But it's just that, and that's why when you look at it, and they keep on saying, these women they like, well, if I keep having these babies, I can be on
No,
the
honey,
system.
that run out quick
It's
because they
like,
put a cap on.
yeah, it's a 5 year tap. It's a 5 year tap on
Lord,
tariff. It's like, yo, you can't get no more money from the
how
state
you
for no
gonna
more
do
than
that?
5 years.
How do you do that?
But this is the country we live in.
I can't. It's almost like I'ma feed you to get it going.
Mm-hmm.
And when you think you got the formula, honey, no. We going dividing. We ain't multiplying no more.
There's no really no thing about it. And one of my good friends I talked to the other day, I said, this election, the election
They
just
do, honey.
passed.
Hey,
And
they live off of
basically,
it.
yeah, the election just passed. It was just like, you just voted for the motherfucker not to be in there no more. That was that. Like, the person that was in there. Like,
But
you really didn't win. You didn't really win. You won because they just didn't like the other motherfucker.
but I feel bad. I really feel bad because I ain't even looked at.
I could sit on here now and ask, 46, 46, where's that money that you promised all these HBCU colleges? Where's that money
You
at?
know
I can
what?
ask for all of this, but at the end of the day,
We take care of ourselves, honey. We done been taking care of ourselves, and
I just want to say this, and live right now, I'm glad I went to a HBCU
I did too.
before it got cool.
Yeah.
Now it's like, oh, it's cool to go to one. Nah,
Yeah.
for all 107 HBCU graduates, alums, we went before that shit happened.
We went hard.
We just,
We
just
went
to be around your
hard.
people. It was different.
It's done lost the sauce.
Yeah, so now people just going there because it makes you look cool. Nah, we went there because we wanted to be
Man.
amongst ourselves, amongst ourselves.
I went somewhere I could graduate.
Where did you go at?
I went to Tennessee State University.
TSU, okay. I went to Maryland Eastern Shore,
Oh, you went on the show over there with Frederick Douglass.
Oh, yeah. Freaky Freddy.
Yeah. Listen, that bridge took me out.
Yeah, the home Cambridge. When you go across that bridge, you ride past the home of Harriet Tubman, Cambridge, Maryland.
I couldn't get past the bridge.
But once you get off the bridge, you ride right past Harriet's house. Harriet's house. You ride right by Harriet's house when you cross that bridge.
Rich history.
It's very rich history,
Man, and Maryland has been in all kind of shit. Just the history that it has. And with Maryland, what's the name? She right.
Who?
The public. What's the Maryland? The one making. What's the name?
Marilyn Mosby.
Yeah. She was on Judge Judy. in her younger days.
I'm not gonna speak on Miss Mosby right now because I got
Well,
my
you can
own
speak on it because, honey, we
opinion.
don't keep secrets, but she making the right choices from my purview. She might not be on point with everything, but we don't need to be pulling folk over for a bag of marijuana.
Well, you don't
We
because
don't need to be
they're
prosecuting that.
no, because the fact is, and certain, I'm not saying certain countries, I mean certain states, marijuana is legal. You just had to figure out a way to tax the
But
shit.
see, that is, the other thing that I figured out too today that I was just thinking. It don't matter what law the federal government passed.
Mm-hmm.
As long as they passing it to the states to implement,
Mm-hmm.
you gonna get shit every time.
Always.
You gonna get shit every time. While we up here talking about it's Clinton fault. It ain't Clinton fault.
You talking Jim Crow now?
No, I'm talking about Bill Clinton in the prison.
What, three
Playing
strike
good
rule?
for.
The 3-strike rule?
Well, the 3-strike rule, but it still went to the state to implement.
Well,
They
yeah, I mean,
were putting a strike on you getting arrested for public intoxication.
no, I mean, yeah, you can do that. I mean, they do it as well, but I mean, because only certain rules and laws affect certain people.
But if you live in a racist state, it's gonna get misinterpreted every single doggone time.
Right.
Even with the COVID money.
We're not gonna go no further. We're not gonna go no further. Hey, Tammy, because
I want to go off on something. Shoot.
All right, well, listen, we can bring you back because right now I just reached the hour, and at this time of the show, this is where I bring I Be Damned. Then you saw the show before. You know how the show goes when we bring an I Be Damned about a series of crazy ass dates. I hope this shit loaded. This has been real. I mean, we could go all night, but Texas and abortion, basically Florida,
girl,
some other stuff.
You know what?
I gotta get it to work. I told you, brother, for real. Even if it's loaded, it just don't go sometimes. You dancing?
Cause I got my Delta shirt on.
Oh, you're a Delta?
This is my first time wearing it too.
You're a Delta?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
25 years.
Deltas, anybody watching? I know a few.
They need to be watching. I told them to show up.
They'll be here. They there. I'm just trying to get this I Be Damned. Every week we go through this.
I know, right? I'm all on your show, Journey to the Throne, just trying to get me off of their tail. So thank you, Marina.
I'm thinking Murphy must be a Delta as well.
No, she my bestie.
Oh, she a bestie. How you doing, Murphy? Maybe we got a new fan of the show every week.
The next community mental health center in Nashville. When I say making, I can't even keep up with her. So I gotta, just be behind and say, girl, good, go, get to that finish line.
We trying to get this uploaded as usual.
Michelle from
X.
I went to CSU. Michelle.
Like I told you, it does this every week.
Michelle. I know, so you need to get upgrade. Hey, bro, for real. Get on that. You gonna try to tell me all this the rules.
It does it every week. It don't matter what I do, it just does it.
That's what you say every week.
Yeah, because if I run there we go. I'll be damned, y'all. Good evening, and welcome to another edition of Amsterdam Talk presents I'll Be Damned. So today we got a young man that wrote into us from Newark, New Jersey. He stated, "Hey, yo, Rod, so I was on my lunch break, minding my business, trying to order me a sandwich. Translation, sandwich. This is what he wrote. At the local grocery store. And then this chick rolled up on me. Translation, she approached me while I was standing in line." This is all he wrote, the translation stuff. "She was short, thusky." Translation, thick but not all the way husky. Yet she was half a sandwich away from being full-blown husky. with 6 feet of Brazilian wavy yaki or whatever the hell you call it in her head. Translation, she had a very long weave. Basically, she wasn't my type. She was ratchet. The conversation started off with a simple compliment, but it was in ratchet girl fashion by her saying, "Ugh, you got some pretty eyes." I kept it short and said thanks in an attempt to end the conversation, but she just kept talking. So then she proceeded to give me her number. However, in the process of doing so, she had an extended blink. Unfortunately, only one of her eyes returned from the said blink because her other eye remained shut due to it being stuck to the ratchet girl glue on her lashes. But that didn't stop old Thusky one. She continued to talk to me with an obscured eye. Yes, she continued to talk to me with one eye shut, looking like Popeye and shit. I can't even get through this conversation. Even though I never went on a date with her, but that shit fucked me up. She was out here looking like Popeye with the one eye talking about, oh, blow me down. Date is over, her eyelashes got stuck while she was trying to holler. I'll see you next week, man. Another episode of I Be Damn.
I can't believe it.
And that's what happened.
Them dates, boy, I tell you.
But it's supposed to have been a part 2 to that. I don't know if I recorded it, but this came from Baltimore, and he said, "Hey, yo, he went on a date with this girl, and she showed up drunk. Her girlfriend showed up drunk, and she had a 1-year-old baby with her, but he wasn't sure if she was drunk. The baby was drunk or not. And he just said, yo, I just got up, went to the bathroom, and left, man. He just showed the fuck up drunk.
Man.
Matter of fact, no, it's just right there. It just
is what?
No, I could have played. It just won't play. But you know,
okay. So what we need to get up?
I need you to break that. I need you to break that down right there. You know, she showed her eye got stuck. I mean, her lashes got stuck. So how does she
once a week herself?
How does she redeem herself?
You asking me?
Yeah,
are you asking that because I'm a woman or that I'm a psychotherapist?
No, anybody that comes on the show when we do I Be Damn, they got to break it down. So how could she redeem herself with like her lash got stuck to her eye? Like her eye wouldn't open.
You know what? He need to be more self-serving and help her get some, go help her get it unstuck. I don't do the eyelash thing, so I'm probably not the best at that. I try and I want to so bad. I really want to put on some eyelashes, but that ain't my forte.
That's not your forte.
No, but there be some people that just need to, just keep them eyelashes off. They supposed to be an accent. But my eyelashes, I forgot my mascara. But it's supposed to be an accent to your eyes. But my eyes, I've been told, and I see them, they're beautiful. And my eyelashes are really long. But boy, I would love some eyelashes. Now, when my people get them, they shouldn't be sticking together. See, I ain't. Now, you bring out some highlight. Shoot. Now, wait a minute. We got it going on then.
Oh, man. Well, Miss Speaks, tell them where they can reach you at if they want to hear you, where they want to speak about anything.
Man, God is, you know what? God is doing some wonderful things. And I tell you, I'm grateful and humble, just because he's talking to me. I used to be like, God don't never talk to me. He said, no, you ain't never listening. You need to sit on down. But my blog is about to, I created the website and stuff. My nonprofit is going to be called Advocating for You.
Okay.
I feel like we have lost in this world. The one thing that we could always count on is advocating, unions, getting out there, saying our piece. We so scared we gonna get fired from a job. It's more of us than them.
Right.
We don't even, it is no reason why in this country today, teachers should be begging to get a raise, and school board members want to get a raise. Y'all better sit down. To me, this year, look, for the next 2 weeks, but in the future, teachers should be the first one to get a raise out the gate. Out the gate. The people, we don't celebrate the backbone of the country. Let's just be real.
Right.
They try to, like in psychotherapy and mental health and behavioral health, psychiatrists are not, they're not the savior. Okay? It is case managers, therapists. We see people once a week, sometimes 2-3 times a week. Right? And then they try to dog out the other people. Let's celebrate somebody for doing their doggone job and not making money, turning a profit. Can we do that?
But where can they reach you at if they need to talk to you?
Lord, Miranda K, what's my okay? So on Facebook, I am Tammy Hines. On LinkedIn, it's Tammy Speaks. On Twitter, it's Tammy Speaks. But I'm gonna be showing up in the inbox, so they ain't gonna have to reach me nowhere because I'm gonna be right there. I love last week's show too.
Thank you. Well, co-parenting.
The co-parenting couple. Yeah. I'm a man's advocate. These men need to go get them kids.
There you go. Therapy with Tammy
at gmail.com. Thank you, Miranda K.
Run that for me again, brother, for real up there. But of course, you know me, I'm Rod. I want to tell y'all what I'm coming with next week.
What you coming with?
I don't even know what the hell I'm going to have next week because I've been doing some speaking to some people today. Of course, if you follow me on Instagram, you saw who I was with this week.
Who?
This weekend, our celebrity, he'll be joining the show shortly. Just all I can say is, just keep yourself up, say your prayers, eat your vitamins, and all of that. That's all I can tell you to do. But I will see you next week, same time, same channel, HBCU Lounge Network. Thank you. We do go and get our kids. Thank you, Tammy.
I didn't say, you know what? Don't start.
Thank you for coming on. Thank you, Rod from Journey to a Throne, for introducing me to this young lady. Thank you, and you have a happy birthday too, Miss Tammy. That's coming.
Oh, I'm turning 50.
Yeah, for all the Amsterdam fans out there, I'll see you next week. I'm going to post the rest of the I Be Damned, the other part that I was talking about with the baby waking up drunk and all types of shit like that. But I'll see you next week. Other than that,
thank you so much.
Oh, you're welcome. No, thank you for coming on. We got some things going on. We didn't address some things. If you not angry,
I'll be like blah blah blah. I'll be getting blown up. But
as you told me, if you're not angry, you're not woke.
Hey. And you know what? Let me just say this going out. It's not anger. It's not anger. It's hurt. Let's get that straight. And they turned it into anger because that's the easiest emotion for us to cross. And I'm talking about historically. Can you imagine what we've gone through? It's hurt. And damn it, yeah. I ain't gonna sit up here and act like I ain't mad, because if you ain't mad about something, you ain't awake.
I'm gonna see y'all next week. Go follow Tammy Speaks on all her handles.
Wait a minute, I can't even. Where we at?
And she'll speak to you, if you want to get more acquainted with her. But other than that, I'll see y'all next week, 9 p.m. on the 15th. I don't know what show's coming next week. I'll tell y'all during the week.
To do Christmas.
Yeah. The Christmas show. I can tell you Christmas show. The Christmas show was Black Love Part 3. I can tell you that Christmas show.
Mm-hmm.
Black Love Part 3.
Why we can't be determined though? Why we gotta be angry? Why we can't be, Come on, y'all.
My Instagram, Amsterdam _talk. That's my
Oh,
Instagram. To follow
you
all
may be
things
assertive.
Amsterdam. Yeah, all things Amsterdam. Amsterdam_talk. No N on the M. AMSTERDAM_TATALK.
Now, Marina
Uh,
Kay has mental health from a whole different perspective. She ran the whole state crisis team.
well, maybe we can get Mina K on here shortly.
Marina Kay.
Yeah, we'll see. We'll see y'all next week. Same time, same place. HBCU Lounge Network, 9 p.m. Amsterdam Talk. I got a special for y'all sometime. Maybe next week, but I'll figure it out. But see you next week, 9 p.m. Sharp.